Hello everyone, welcome to the next episode. In the last episode, we made our way around this area to get to the Team Star base, and now let's start heading for it. Let's go deal with Team Star. I see a lot of gold ducks. Viridion. Operation Starfall is going well, wouldn't you say? Only 2 bosses left now. The whole experience has been an eye-opening, to say the least. I'm glad I could take part. But I'm curious, Viridion. What do you think of Cassiopeia? They're doing the right thing. Is that so? Personally, I don't think Cassiopeia feels any hate or resentment towards Team Star. No, there must be some other reason behind Operation Starfall. But what could it be? Well, I do best get back to keeping watch. Call for me if you decide to take on the base, okay? We get warped over here. We'll deal with the trainer that we saw earlier in the next episode. I will get warped away from the item. I will return later when it's time for the young master's piano lesson. Until then, please give him my regards. Yes, Mr. Harrican. Honikin. Honigton? Yeah, Honigton, I think is how you say it. And who might you be, young man? A friend of the young master, perhaps? Young master? Ah, I see. Since you seem unaware, I must inform you that this is the base of Team Star's ferry crew. The Ruchbah Squad, led by young Master Ortega. Mr. Honigton! I don't think we're supposed to be giving out that information. No? Then please accept my apologies. Do you have any idea as to who this young man might be? He's no friend of ours. I think he might be here to try and take us on. Understood. In that case, I take it you are the adversary of the young master? Yep, that's right. Is that so? Well then, that leaves me with one last thing to ask you. Huh? Would you be so kind as to indulge me in a quick battle? Sure. Splendid! Then let us begin. Challenged by Pokemon Trainer Hariton. I hope I'm saying his name right. Play rough. And she missed. I was like, why is the animation not playing? Atrium. Here comes the Knight. Hit with a Night Slash. And Zero leveled up. Ooh, Dark Pulse. Do I want you to learn that? Let me see. Yeah, you're better off with your physical attack, which I need to up. So, yeah, I don't think I'll teach you Dark Pulse, despite you being 80 powder. 80 powder? 80 power! Well, well. An outstanding performance. However, be aware that the young Master Ortega's battle prowess far surpass my partry skills. You would do well to take care. Now, if you excuse me, a la vista! That gentleman guy used to be the director of the academy, I think. At least that's what I heard. Now he's like tutoring the boss or something. He shows up here sometimes to take the boss to his lessons. Hang on! Why am I explaining this to you? There's no doubting you're here to make trouble, so I gotta go let everyone know. A la vista! I see the guard has been dealt with. Good job. That base belongs to Team Star's ferry crew, the Ruchbah Squad. Their boss, Ortega, is the mechanic of the team. He may be the youngest of the bosses, but his battle skills are no joke. Underestimate him, and things will go south for you quickly. He's also a real lead-from-the-back type. He gets his grunts to do all the dirty work for him. But his weak point is his short fuse. Get him good and angry, and he'll march out to the front lines to deal with you himself. In terms of tactics, there's nothing else for it, but take down all the lackeys he sends your way. Just tough it out until Ortega shows up, and go from there. Ring the bell on the gates once you're ready to kick off this phase of the operation. Time to wipe the Ruchbah Squad off the map. Alright, so let's change the position of our team members. You take the lead. Zero, I'll change you for Aurora. And we'll go with this team set. Wait, I forgot to read this. Matter of fact, I realized I forgot to read many of these. Said to be the second strongest of Team Star bosses, his family owns an apparel brand aimed in Paldea. He is constantly looked down on by others, perhaps due to his crushy upbringing. Oh, cushy upbringing, not crushing. Alright, let's do the base. Code Red, Operation Starfall alert. Everyone get into position to defend the boss with all you got. And rest assured, intruder, we will deal with you without the boss's help. Unless you manage to defeat 30 of our Pokemon in 10 minutes, that is. Good luck with that. Let's defeat 30 of Team Star's Pokemon. Now this should go much quickly compared to Violet, because I remember this area being somewhat laggy. When I played this on the Switch 1. I think it was mainly because of all the fauna and water. Beat up your own kind, Tina. Our defenses are breached! It's all up to the boss now! Huh, so you're Viridion. Okay. Talk about underwhelming. I was expecting someone, I don't know, a little more beefed up. Well, whatever. I don't care who you are. Not like I'm gonna lose to you anyway. If you think fairy types are all about cuteness, you're in for a nasty surprise. Let's take on Team Star's fairy mechanic, Ortega. promise I'll play nice, so don't blame me when the battle sends you blabbering back home. So Ortega's first Pokemon, if my notes load up a little faster, is a Subaril, level 50, Water Sub-Fairy, with the ability Huge Power, with the moves Aqua Tail, Play Rough, Bounce, and Charm. Let's start with an Overdrive. He's about to bring out Wigglytuff. Bring out Tina. Wigglytuff, level 50, pure normal Sub-Fairy with the ability Cute Charm, with the moves Body Slam, Play Rough, Gyro Ball, and Charm. Let's bring down the hammer. Flatten that Wigglytuff. Alright, here comes his Dash Bun. Switch back to Izzy. Alright, his Dash Bun, level 51. Pure Fairy with ability Well Baked Body. Do not use fire moves on it, it will negate it and make it stronger. With the moves Crunch, Play Rough, Baby Doll Eyes, and Mud Slap. Why is my team on the ropes? That's totally not fair! Here comes his final Pokemon, his Rillaboom. His Starmobile Rillaboom. The Ruchbah Squad Starmobile. Level 50, Pure Fairy with the ability Misty Surge with the moves Magical Torquette, Spin Out, Steel Roller, and Confuse Ray. Magical Torquette, which is a signature move to this thing, has a chance to confuse you. Let's Terrestrialize and hit it hard. One hit KO. How could I lose? What the heck? About a year and a half ago. What the heck? Your toy car didn't budge an inch, huh? I told you it's not a toy. It's called a Starmobile. I was up all night building it. The problem clearly that we're not giving it enough juice. You designed the thing to be powered by 2 Char Cadet, but it's just too heavy. That's such a shame. I wanted to see the looks on our bullies' faces once we got it moving. I'm sorry. I really thought it would work. Come, good fellow. 'Tis no occasion for melancholy. Why, to make such a remarkable contraption by thy own hand. Genius! Thy name is Ortega. Yeah, well, there's no point if it doesn't work, is there? If I knew all that effort would have had zero payout, I'd have just asked my mother to buy a car for us. See, this is why people don't take you seriously. You say stupid things, you know that? What? Melia, cool it, will ya? Yeah, how about no? I mean, we even put this in the code, for crying out loud. When we started Team Star, we swore to quit relying on our parents or bags of cash to fix our problems for us. Or did you forget? If that hunk of chunk doesn't move, get it moving. If we are short on juice, we just gotta crank up the power somehow. It doesn't take a genius, man. That's easy to say, Melly. Ellie, but do you have an actual plan? Yep, and I'm gonna train up my Char Cadet and have him evolve. Their boosted firepower will get the Starmobile moving, no sweat. But the hour of Operation Star is nigh at hand. Will you succeed in time? Oh, I will get it done. Milia, wait! You know, Melia shoots her mouth off an awful lot, but she does mean well. I know. I think that was Ortega speaking, or was it one of the others? I couldn't tell. God, this sucks. This sucks. I hate myself for losing, but I also can't get over how awesome you were in that battle. If any of us squad bosses are defeated, that means we have to step down, and going against our code would make me a traitor to the team. Yeah, fine. Not like I have a choice anyway. So take the badge already. You do better treat it with the respect it deserves. And we have a nice handshake. I'm not done yet. Here's my favorite TM too. Feel free to marvel at how awesome it is. We get TM 79, Dazzling Gleam. The user damages the opposing Pokemon by emitting a powerful flash. And just so you know, you are the worst! Like the most annoying person ever! But I get it. You're super strong. I'll admit that much. You even bust up my Starmobile. Young Master Ortega. Mr. Hariton! Guess it's time for my piano lesson, huh? As it happens, I lost my boss title, so I'm all good to head on home. Ah, actually, there's a different matter brought to me. There's someone I would like you to meet. He's a distant acquaintance of mine. The name's Clive. Okay, what's your business here? I want you to tell me something. You are the son of a wealthy family and heir to a major apparel company. I hope I'm saying that right. So why you join a group like Team Star? What a question to ask someone you just met. Well, my answer's the same as everyone else in the team. It was because I was being bullied. So the Academy really did used to have an issue with bullying. Who would guess, right? The school's all rainbows and butterflies these days. And the bullies from back then don't even go to the Academy anymore. Why? What happened to them? As the former director of the Academy, I believe I am the best positioned to answer that question. Mr. Hariton! About 18 months ago, the members of Team Star confronted the students who used to bully them. And an altercation broke out between the groups. Though it did not escalate into a major incident, the altercation nonetheless caused a scandal of Hinterperero unknown proportions. As a result of what occurred that day, the students who had participated in the bullying dropped out of the academy one after another. But there aren't any records of that anywhere in the academy. No, I should imagine not. My former deputy deleted all the records of the incident, you see. What? Why would anyone do that? Just as I was puzzling over how best to deal with Team Star, in the aftermath of the incident, a certain student came to see me. The student decided that they would take all responsibility for the team's declared they would take all responsibility for the Team Star's actions. In exchange, they requested that I exonerate the other students of Team Star from any blame. Huh? No one told me that! I accepted the request and agreed not to take disciplinary action against Team Star. Then I resigned 18 months of overseas study to the student, who took responsibility for the team. A year and a half of studying abroad. This is not intended as a punishment, you understand. Team Star were the victims, after all. I wanted this student to take some time to rest, so I had them return home to the Galar region, under the pretext of overseas study. Around that time, however, the former deputy director took it upon himself to erase all traces of the incident from the Academy's servers. It appears his intent was to shield himself from any blame. So he tried to cover up the whole thing. That's terrible. After we discovered what he had done, I dealt with him appropriately, of course. But the inability of myself and the rest of the teaching staff to prevent such a terrible act also represented a grave blunder on our part. I accepted the blame that laid at my feet and resigned from my position as director. The rest of the teaching staff then joined me in handing in their notices. So that's why the current teachers were all brought in about a year and a half ago. I understand my actions may have caused you a great deal of trouble. You have my sincere apologies.
Hang on, Mr. Honeyton! How come you suddenly decide to talk about this now?
Young Master Ortega, Team Star cannot carry on in its current fashion. I merely wish to give you a chance to chart a better course.
Well, there's no way I'm abandoning my friends and going to school without them. Not after we have come this far.
Your friends in Team Star must mean a great deal to you.
Isn't it that obvious? It's because, you know, they're my greatest treasure in the whole world.
Viridion, it's me. I take that Ortega is handing his star badge to you then? I see. With its boss no longer around, the Ruchbah Squad is as good as finished. Even Ortega. I'm sorry. We're almost there now. Just one boss left. The operation's been a huge success thanks to you, Viridion. And Clive has also performed admirably as your support. I remember him saying that you are acquaintances. How long have you known each other? How have you known... Bleh, let's try that again. How you known each other long? Yeah, for a while now. Well, he's certainly a reliable friend. He most certainly reminds me of the gang back in the day. Back in what day? As you know, Team Star was forced by a group of students who had been bullied at the school. Being bullied at the school. Shortly after forming the team, those students, and none of the squad bosses themselves, confronted their bullies head-on. The outcome was a resounding victory for Team Star, though you could hardly call it a contest. The bullies didn't even put up a fight. They all bolted from battle the first chance they got. Scared spineless of Team Scar... not spineless, spiritless of Team Star, the bullies then dropped out of school, one after another. And Team Star ended up the villains of the story. But that's neither here nor there. Forget I even mentioned it. Now, about your reward, I'll transfer some LP over to your phone as promised. You can now make more TMs. Make good use of those TMs. They should help you take that out on the last remaining boss. My supply unit rep will be along soon to give you your bonus reward.
Here I am. Gah! Stay in your Pokeball for once, will you? Ah!
Wow, even Team Star went through all that, huh? They just wanted the bullies to go away. But then they just became the bad guys in everyone's eyes. What a joke. The students, the teachers, they are all so messed up. Even just one of them had been paying attention when everyone was getting bullied. They have been able to tell right away that Team Star wasn't the ones in the wrong. But I guess the big boss was the one who urged everyone to face their bullies despite knowing how messed up the academy is. What a massive idiot, creating Team Star, just hoping their plan would miraculously work out. I don't know about that. I'm sure of it. Well, here's your reward. The next boss is the very last one. We are counting on you, Viridion. And with that, let's have a quick look around the base before we end. Also go grab that item that I got warped away from. Yeah, I have jump love. Run around the base. It is a fairly big one. Any items? There's a Terra Pokemon down there. We'll deal with that in the next episode. There's the Starmobile tent if we want to do the Star Battle again. Here's this landing pad as if they have access to like helicopters or something. I guess that would be used like for the flying taxis maybe. Come over here. Grab ourselves some Fairy Terra shards. Ooh, item over here. Which is a full restore. And then we go up the lighthouse. You get a TM here. Who's the good puppies? Yes, you both are. I love my Fidos, so fluffy and doughy. And with that, we will end the episode here. So in the next episode, we will explore the surrounding area. If you enjoyed this episode, do you like the videos? It helps tremendously. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment down below on your thoughts on this episode. And share the video so that way more people can discover my content and help the channel grow. And I'll see you all in the next episode. Later.